Alright guys, welcome to a Sunday market analysis review. We're going to have a look at the week coming. There's 6 pairs to go through, so I'll get underway. We're starting off with the Aussie Chf. So we're just going to start on Aussie Chf. You see down here, we're on a weekly chart. And what we're looking at is this Fibonacci. So we've got fractal high to fractal low, and then we've got to pull back into these areas. So market was very bullish throughout the past couple of weeks, but it's cooled right off and it's come back and closed under the 50% retracement on the Fibonacci with a nice pin bar. So what I'm thinking is short price action from a weekly time frame. So what I'm going to do is skip down to a H4 chart, and you can see guys the weekly pin bar is the start of a heads and shoulders pattern. So what I am looking for is for price to come down to this neckline, come up, form what I think will be a right shoulder. So excuse me, we'll just stick a left shoulder in here. So we go left. So we've got left shoulder, head, anticipated right shoulder. I'll be selling from here. I'll wait for the break of the neckline, a retest under, and then continue short back down to these fractal lows in here. So that is potentially trade number 1 for the week. So skipping across to pound USD, we have got, excuse me, all right, another heads and shoulders pattern. So if we just skip up to the weekly again, it's always good to have a look at weekly, especially at the end of the week when the bar is closed. The only time it's worth reading is when it's closed. A bar that's still open, you cannot interpret, so wait till it's closed for the read. So here you can see on a weekly chart, on pound USD, we've got a big engulfing bar. Price had been pushing higher. This engulfing is significant indication for the market starting to roll over on the higher time frames. So again, we'll just drop back down to a daily chart here, and again, we've got a left shoulder, a head. If we just zoom out just a tiny bit, so this big trend channel up, see here, and then we've got this smaller uptrend, so price has come down and it's broken. So what we're expecting is a retest under here, which will be retest of the breakout retest pattern, and it will also form the right shoulder. So we'll be looking to trade short from there on a daily or a H4 chart. Again, break through the neckline a second time, test under, and then continue down to these patterns before it continues on its bullish trajectory on the monthly time frame. Okay guys, skipping up to pound CAD, we have got, all right, so pound CAD, I'm looking at a little bit differently. So weekly, there's not much to look at on weekly at the moment. It's basically a doji, but again, like I said a minute ago, you cannot interpret a bar that is not closed. So the monthly bar is not yet closed, so we cannot read it. So we'll stay on the, sorry, that's the weekly. We'll just skip back down to the daily. So what we've got here, it's hard if you zoom out too far, but we've got significant support level here. Was resistance, broke, became support. It's come back over. We've been waiting for this level for weeks and weeks. Now what I would like to see, now this is a nice bullish pin bar, but I would like to see it just a tiny bit deeper. I'd like to see it come into this corner and touch this trend line and this horizontal support at the same time. So I am going to trade long from this 50% retracement, but I'm expecting price to probably push a bit deeper. So on my first trade, I'm probably expecting a stop out, to be honest, which seems contradictory, but I don't want to miss the move if it goes without me. So I'm going to try once, and then I'll anticipate a second try to push a bit higher into those levels a little bit later in the week. All right, another one for possibility is pound CHF. So again, guys, weekly close, weekly price action. So if we zoom out, we've got support, resistance through these areas. You can see we've got resistance right at that pin bar. If you look left, the price gives away clues. So we just zoom back in. This is the pin bar we're speaking of, guys. So expecting price. So price actually opened as a gap down last week, which is a bearish signal in itself. It blasted bullish all week, but then it really rolled over on Friday. So if we drop down to a H4 chart, again, you can see we have got a short-term uptrend. I think it starts there. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, breaks on the 4th touch. What I'm expecting is for price to come back up into a 50% retracement level of last week's close. So 50 or 61.8, maybe on the H4 we'll get a pin bar or train track or tweezer tops or something in here for short. And from there, guys, I'll be looking to short this pair also. All right, skipping up to the next chart, we've got Cad Chf. Excuse me, guys, I wrote all this down earlier. I'm just reading some notes as I'm talking to you here. Make sure we capture it all. So Cad Chf. Now, this is, I think this one or the next one was my favorite chart for the week. So if we have a quick look on a weekly time frame, we've got weekly chart, fractal high, fractal low, 61.8% retracement on a Fibonacci. That's the golden number. It's the golden retracement number. And look here, guys, We had big push up for a month, push, prices bullish. It's come up here, and on the Thursday and the Friday, it's rolled over and closed back under the 61.8% retracement. It's a significant indication that the market is going to roll over in hedge fund land, where all the big money is, where all those bankers are, the guys that know what they're doing. What we need to do is just jump on their coattails and ride the trade with them. So if we drop back into the daily, you can see Friday, bearish engulfing, so that's good, close into the 61.8, drop back to a H4. Look at this, guys, left shoulder, head. We're anticipating a right shoulder, test under the 61.8, break of the neckline, and then we're going to get short. So looking forward to that one too. All right, now, last chart for the week, guys, there was 6, so Cad Jpy. Now, I didn't identify this one. I'm working in a group of guys at the minute, and someone put this trade through, and I had a bit of a look at it, and I really like it. Okay, so this is Cad Jpy. Now, my analysis is only on H4, but essentially we've got a double left shoulder, a head, and then a double right shoulder. Now, the far right shoulder is lower than any of the other 4 shoulders, and a break of the neckline is in place. So this one, all we're doing is waiting for a retest, and we're going to trade this short, guys, and we're going to be looking for the depth of the head as our target. So we're looking at about 105 pips. You get a nice tight stop on that of about 30 pips, and we're going to trade this short off a H4 or a H1 down through these levels. All right, guys, that is all my analysis for this week. That's 6 opportunities. I'm going to be watching them closely. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to trade 6 times. What I'm going to be doing is watching 6 charts, and as these prices approach the areas of interest, I will look for price action, and if I get price action at those areas, I will trade. If I do not get price action as at those areas, I will not trade them. I will look for other opportunities. All right, guys, I wish you all the best in the weeks to come. Happy trading. I hope everything goes well, and I'll talk to you again next Sunday. Radio, guys, thank you very much. Bye.